I hope you guys are having a great week. We're into new programming, and myself and Kyle are going to talk about and demonstrate some of the warm-ups and explain why we're doing certain components of the warm-ups, okay? So the three components of the warm-ups we're going to review and what we're doing for this month. We're going to do some self-myofascial release, the foam rolling. We're going to do a breathing technique, that's core activation. We're also going to do explosive movement, central nervous system, excitability. So the first thing we're going to go into is foam rolling. We're going to start with our lats, we're going to hit our piriformis, and then we're going to go into our quads. So I'm going to have Kyle demonstrate, and I'll explain a little bit. So he's going to start with the lats. Again, self-myofascial release, foam rolling. It's going to be a great technique for range of motion and addressing any of the trigger points or areas that you have some tightness with. You want to stay on an area for 5 to 7 rolls, and if you find a trigger point or a hot point, you want to stay in that area for a little bit longer. A little bit of uncomfortableness is good, so some people say it's painful. It may be at some times. The whole premise on this is we're addressing the fascia, the sheet that covers the muscle. When it gets adhesions in there and starts to become obstructed and tight, it will cause some more inflammation, and it will also hinder the range of motion. So we did the lats. We're going to kick into the piriformis, and this is an area where we sit a lot. This area probably needs addressed. The sciatic nerve runs right down through there as well, so it's good to stretch this area out and address this area. Good. Again, 5 to 7 rolls. You may need more, so you can do foam rolling prior to a workout and after a workout. And then the last one's going to be quads. We're going to flip over. We're not going to go all the way up to the knee, onto the knee, right up close to the kneecap itself. You don't want to get on the bone, because that's going to be very uncomfortable. And then you can flex, and make that a bit more challenging. All right, the second portion of the warm-up is going to be the breathing technique. I know last month we worked on the quadruped breathing position. This is actually a little bit more simple for you guys, so hopefully this will build on the breathing. We're going to continue to do the breathing components for the next couple months. What we're trying to do is reinforce core activation, also getting your pelvis in proper position, and really get everyone to start using their diaphragm a little bit better. A lot of times we do not breathe well enough. What I'm talking about there is we do not use our diaphragm properly, and we also do not take in a big enough breath. A lot of times we're too tight to do that. So we really, a lot of times, breathe with the muscles around, so the traps and things will help us breathe. They'll pull that rib cage up and allow for us to breathe, So with this, what we're going to focus on is getting the pelvis in proper position here. We're going to pull our belly button in, and if I put my hand right behind his lower back, I should feel tension. He should be pressing against my hand. So we'll get in that position first. We want our knees about 90 degrees here. And what we're going to do is we're going to exhale. We're going to try to blow all the air out of our lungs. So exhale, push, 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 push. Sometimes if a coach comes up and does this and helps, it gets you in a better position. So once we push it all out, we're going to breathe back in through our nose and hold that tension down. And then exhale, pull the belly button in, keep that tension. Really want to try to focus on having tension the whole breath, never letting tension off. Hopefully we're going to get you guys to start reinforcing core activation, because when we're over there under load, we should have pretty similar breathing techniques. And then when you're taking on a load, so say you're doing a squat when you start dropping down into the squat, your core should be activated, okay? So what you can do is take a big deep breath in, do your squat at the top, exhale. That's just an example. So the second portion of the breathing, once you feel pretty comfortable with the first portion, we're going to go into a reaching. So we're going to reach up, and we're going to reach all the way toward the ceiling. Same concept. What we're trying to do here is really fill the lungs full. A lot of times we get tight through our right in our lats and our upper back, so we're not allowed, our body's not letting us take a full breath in. This will help force air into that upper back position. The last portion of the warm-up is going to be explosive. Goal here is really to tap into the fast twitch muscle fibers and get the central nervous system excited. A lot of times we don't do this on a daily basis, so this will get us ready for the lifts we're going to do. The first one's going to be wall ball. And the whole concept is he's going to get a stretch reflex here. So he's absorbing that energy and transferring it back into the ball. Okay, absorption, transfer. So it's mimicking the squat, but he's doing it in an explosive format. The second movement this is on more the midweek. So it's for the upper body. So it's going to be on Wednesday and Thursday. It's going to be overhead toss. So again, we're going to do more upper body focus. The other movement was more lower body focus, and you'll see the last movement will be, again, lower body focus. Again, he's putting a lot of energy into the ball, stepping into it, warming up that body, getting the central nervous system ready for activity and being more explosive. The last portion of the warm-up is going to be underhand med ball toss. He's going to be, or basket toss, some people call it. Going to be explosive, work on the posterior chain, so glutes, hammies, getting them excited and ready for the deadlift component. And again, you're going to see how he has a stretch reflex and it is explosive. So he puts a lot of energy into that ball. So we'll go ahead and do the scoop. Perfect. Extend out. There you go. And this is going to be for the Friday, Saturday rotation of the warm-up.